sense that this is a very closed cast.
The second we walk out that door, we're like...
This is all a big show. No, we...
You're not allowed to look Cole in the eyes, right?
Yeah.
No.
That was...
Salinas.
Yeah.
She came up to us and said, "You probably don't know where Texas State is." I was like, Texas? She assumed way too much. She assumed we were some Neanderthals or something.
KJ Appa was here not too long ago, and he spoke a little bit to your bromance.
Sure.
You guys have a raging bromance going on.
Right.
And he said he was like a little nervous.
About the bromance.
Betty or Veronica? Jughead. That's my answer to that one.
You've just created a hashtag.
Angsty Jughead.
That's just happened.
About working with you because he was such a big fan of you and Dylan back in the day.
Well, look, I was nervous to work with him.
Maybe poor KJ here, but definitely not me. Hi, Texas State. She asked us what we're doing here. We're repping Riverdale, so we'll be here until Monday at the CW something or other. But otherwise, just having a good time.
When you meet your cast for the first time, you're always a bit nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I think he expected me to be quite pretentious, which I am, but I wasn't as pretentious to him as...
Yeah. Any more questions? Betty or Veronica? I already told you guys I can't. Jughead all the way. Tune in for...
At least you're self-aware.
Right, at least,
that.
yeah, I'm a self-aware pretentious. But he thought I was going to be super pretentious, and I thought he was going to be like just a bro, you know.
But I want to know what instance comes up throughout the day where a man just feels so inclined to need some Marmite.
With all the cast, and I was nervous to meet every member of the cast because
Right.
you don't know.
A little bit. I mean, coming from New Zealand, it was kind of weird to... Like, I was scared that the fans would maybe think, like, he's not entitled to be playing, like, an all-American character.
Most secrets, because Riverdale is full of secrets.
I would say KJ.
Yeah.
You know, it's just such an honest exterior. I am immediately distrusting of people with such an honest exterior.
And then how many hats did you have to go through to get?
We, very little. We have one. And we have
For sure.
You have a bromance with one of your castmates. Cole Sprouse,
Oh, really?
aka Jughead.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wait, is this like news to you? Like, am I breaking news to you here?
remembered, even if you're from New Zealand, acting is about putting on a different role. So why does it matter?
It doesn't.
That was the one rule for coming back from college to acting, was like, as long as no one makes eye contact.
Saw that KJ was cast, so I stalked his Twitter a bit. I was a little trepidatious I would get along with KJ. There was a single picture, and I still give him crap about it, where he's like flexing his biceps, and he's got a Red Bull in each hand. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, this is what it's gonna be.
No, you guys get along really well, right?
yeah,
you guys
we
are
do.
friends. You're mates.
It's funny, before we started on the show, I watched him when I was a kid. On the show that he was on, The Sweet Life.
Okay.
Sent him a message on Twitter. He was like, "Oh, he's a good guy."
Well, I didn't know. I had no idea. Like, I used to watch him when I was little on The Sweet Life, and I was like, I can't believe, like.
One hat, and it is a sacred relic. We don't touch it when we don't need to touch it. We don't move it when it doesn't need to be moved.
You know, I went into it, but KJ and I are legitimately two peas in a pod. We really are. And surprisingly so. I mean, we come from very, very different backgrounds and two different parts of the world. But we're solid.
I wasn't that, like.
He was a big fan, so I just kind of pushed him.
No. I was like, I wasn't sure if what he was gonna be like.
Him and his brother. So I was.
So were you all like nervous?
I was kind of like, okay, I just gotta play it cool. Like, let's just like, I'll be the man when I see him. Like, what kind of like, what am I gonna say first up? And I'll be like, and then
You're like,
no idea what.
Is he gonna be like a dick? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I get this message. She's like, hey, congrats, man. And I was like,
Is that my voice?
it must be the.
Hey, congrats, man.
Peaks a little bit as an inspiration, the same way that it was the homecoming queen who died in Twin Peaks. It was, what would that be like if you followed the kids through that investigation?
I mean, we hang out all the time outside of stuff. I'm excited to get started. I'm excited to you know, to show the relationship between Jughead and.
You guys slide into each other's DMs.
Yeah.
He slid into my DMs.
It through your head.
Yeah,
You're
like-
okay, what am I gonna say? Yeah.
And then when I meet him in real life, like we started talking, we started yarning and stuff, and he goes, like he was so scared that I was gonna be like one of those.
Hey man. Oh hey. How's it going? Hey, Cole. KJ. Nice to meet you. Riverdale. You have a really weak handshake.
Well, he had this picture of him on Twitter that was just like, you know, he's got his tribal tattoo, and he's just ripped, right? And he's just.
Classic, like, because I got tons of, before I started on the show, like I had tons of like photos with my shirt off, like on the beach, like with the boys. He thought I'd be like one of those like hard out, like punk kind of guys.
Smashing 2 Red Bulls, one in each arm. And I'm thinking like, oh, this guy could not be more the opposite of me. So I just hit him up, I'm like, hey, man.
The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was a big inspiration for me.
Hey, that's not that far off. Hey, Archie. Yeah, everything's a breeze, everything works out.
I actually watched that show when I was little. And when I met him, I was like,
I was such a fanboy, I just said, get off me. Come on, get the hell away from me.
Since you were such a fan, what is your favorite Sweet Life of Zack and Cody episode?
There's an episode where his character, what one were you, Zack or Cody?
Well, that's for you to answer.
Cody. He was Cody.
Yeah.
Sure.
and he was like scared that we wouldn't get along and stuff. But now we've been camping and stuff. He's a real good guy.
Wow.
I've been learning a lot off him as well. It's good to have
Nice.
someone who's been through all that.
I wanted to play a little game.
There's an episode where he has this eagle. Is it an eagle?
Yeah.
And he's
It
on
sounds
the
like you don't remember the episode.
No, I know the episode. No.
I thought you were a fan.
He's on the.
It's like his fan fiction.
He has this eagle. He has this eagle.
KJ, what's it like the first time you put on that wig?
It's not a wig.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my real hair. They dyed it.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
They did an amazing job as well.
It looks a lot like Donald Trump's hair, so I ended up. But like, what is it?
Most likely to off an enemy.
Cole.
Yeah. Oh.
On the balcony, and he sets it free. And I just remember watching that episode like, and you cried. He was crying. His mum was there. That was my favorite.
You know
Sorry,
about
mate.
Cole that we don't know.
I reckon.
Okay.
You don't want to miss. Trust me, you do not want to miss with Cole.
No. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now I'm scared.
Favorite. And I told you that was my favorite episode.
I know. I already know this about him, okay?
Yeah.